Picture this. You're out enjoying a sunny day at the park, sitting in a quiet cafe, or perhaps you're deep in concentration at work. Everything seems calm, under control. But then, without a warning, your stomach gives out a menacing growl. Panic sets in. You need to find the bathroom, and fast. It's a scenario that can disrupt the best of days, turning ordinary moments into a race against time. But what triggers these unexpected urgent bathroom trips? Is it something you ate? A hidden health issue? Or maybe just stress rearing its ugly head? Our bodies are complex systems, and sometimes they react in ways that catch us off guard. From the foods we love to the stress we endure, numerous factors can send us scurrying for the nearest restroom. In today's episode, we'll explore these triggers in depth. We'll hear stories from people just like you and me who faced these urgent moments. Their experiences are diverse, but the quest for answers is something we all share. So buckle up as we embark on this journey to unravel the mystery behind emergency poops. Let's meet the first character in today's cast. This is Amy. She loves trying out new recipes. Last night she experimented with seafood. Unfortunately, the shrimp she used weren't as fresh as she thought. This morning she's racing to the bathroom every hour. That's food poisoning for you. When harmful bacteria in food wage war on your digestive system, your body's defense is a quick exit strategy. Shortly after her seafood experiment, she felt the first rumblings of discomfort. It wasn't just a regular upset stomach, it was the onset of food poisoning. According to the CDC, 1 in 6 Americans get sick from contaminated foods or beverages each year. That's a staggering 48 million people, with seafood often being a common culprit. Amy, like many others, underestimated the risk of using ingredients that weren't as fresh as they should be. What Amy experienced was likely caused by bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli, notorious for lurking in improperly handled or stored food. These bacteria are like unwanted guests at a party, wreaking havoc in your digestive system. Symptoms can range from mild to severe, including stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. The onset can be rapid, transforming a normal day into a distressing ordeal. Fortunately, most cases of food poisoning, while uncomfortable, are often short-lived. The human body is equipped to fight off these bacterial invaders, so a hospital visit isn't usually needed. Rest, stay hydrated, and avoid certain foods to help speed up recovery. However, for some, especially the elderly, young children, and those with weakened immune systems, food poisoning can be more severe and even life-threatening. So what can we learn from Amy's experience? Prevention is key. Proper food handling, storage, and cooking can significantly reduce the risk of food poisoning. Be especially cautious with high-risk foods like seafood, poultry, and dairy. Always check the freshness and expiration dates, and when in doubt, it's safer to throw it out. By taking these steps, we can enjoy our culinary adventures without the unwanted drama of an emergency bathroom trip. Next, let's meet David. He has IBS. Stressful deadlines at work mean his gut is in constant chaos, sending him to frequent frantic bathroom trips. IBS is a common disorder affecting the large intestine, with symptoms like cramping, abdominal pain, bloating, gas, and, yes, those sudden urgent bowel movements. According to the International Foundation for Gastrointestinal Disorders, IBS affects between 25 and 45 million people in the United States alone. That's a significant portion of the population grappling with this unpredictable condition. For David, his high-pressure job means constant stress, a well-known trigger for IBS flare-ups. Stress doesn't just affect the mind, it has a direct impact on the gut. This gut-brain connection can turn emotional turmoil into physical discomfort. In David's case, his body's response to stress is an all-too-frequent and frantic dash to the restroom. It's not just discomfort, it's disruption to his daily life. IBS is a chronic condition, but it is manageable. David learned that lifestyle changes could significantly improve his symptoms. This includes dietary adjustments, stress management techniques, and sometimes medication. For many with IBS, identifying and avoiding specific trigger foods can be a game changer. Stress reduction strategies like mindfulness, exercise, or therapy can also help keep the symptoms in check. David's story is a testament to the power of understanding and managing one's condition. While IBS remains a chronic condition with no one-size-fits-all solution, individuals like David find ways to regain control over their lives. The key is awareness, management, and a supportive healthcare team. Now let's meet Emma. She loves lattes, but her daily pre-work mocha latte ritual takes an unexpected turn due to her lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is a common digestive problem where the body is unable to digest lactose. a type of sugar mainly found in milk and dairy products. According to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, approximately 68% of the global population has some degree of lactose intolerance. This condition is most prevalent in people of East Asian descent, affecting about 90% of adults in those communities. For Emma, consuming dairy products, especially in large quantities like her latte, leads to symptoms such as bloating, abdominal cramps, and yes, those urgent trips to the bathroom. This happens because her body lacks enough of the enzyme lactase, which is needed to break down lactose in the digestive system. Without sufficient lactose moves through her gut undigested, causing discomfort and digestive distress. There's good news for Emma and others with lactose intolerance, though. Managing the condition doesn't have to mean giving up your favorite foods or drinks. Alternatives like lactose-free milk, almond milk, or soy milk can allow her to enjoy her beloved lattes without the digestive drama. On top of that, many find that they can tolerate certain dairy products in small amounts or those with lower lactose content, like hard cheeses and yogurt. Emma's journey is a common one for those with lactose intolerance. With a wide range of lactose-free options available on the market, it's easier than ever to enjoy dairy pleasures without the pain. It's a small change in a diet that can make a big difference in quality of life and comfort. Let's look at another coffee addict with a similar digestive experience, though with a different root cause. Meet Kevin, a graphic designer in a bustling advertising agency. Kevin's life is a whirlwind of tight deadlines and client meetings. Recently, he's been experiencing a new kind of challenge: sudden, urgent bowel movements. What Kevin didn't realize initially was that his love for morning coffee, especially on an empty stomach, was the main culprit. Every morning, Kevin's routine included a large, strong cup of black coffee. Coffee, particularly in high amounts, can stimulate muscle contractions in the colon, similar to the body's response after eating a meal. For some people like Kevin, this effect is amplified, leading to an almost immediate need to use the bathroom. Kevin's emergency trips became more frequent, often at inconvenient times, like during important team meetings or client presentations. These situations were both embarrassing and stressful for him. It wasn't until a colleague mentioned that caffeine can act as a laxative that Kevin started connecting the dots. After consulting his doctor, Kevin learned that his body's reaction wasn't uncommon. His doctor advised him to cut back on the caffeine and avoid drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Kevin also started incorporating more water and fiber-rich foods into his diet to support his digestive health. Today, Kevin still enjoys his morning coffee, but in moderation and after a healthy breakfast. This simple change in routine has significantly reduced his unexpected bathroom dashes. Kevin's story is a reminder that sometimes our favorite habits can have unintended effects on our bodies, and a small change can make a big difference in our daily comfort and well-being. Next up, meet Mia, a freelance writer who works from home. Mia loves to experiment with exotic foods and spices in her cooking. Recently, she's been facing a rather discomforting issue: frequent emergency bowel movements. Little did she know her adventurous culinary experiments were to blame. Mia's passion for spicy foods, rich in capsaicin, the compound that gives chili peppers their heat, was the main factor. Capsaicin can irritate the lining of the stomach and intestines, leading to increased bowel movements from some people. For Mia, indulging in spicy meals often resulted in unexpected dashes to the bathroom. It wasn't long before Mia noticed a pattern. Her love for spicy dishes was taking a toll on her digestive system. Every fiery meal seemed to be followed by an urgent need to visit the restroom. This realization was both surprising and a bit upsetting, given her culinary preferences. Seeking a solution, Mia consulted a dietitian. She learned about the impact of capsaicin on the digestive system and the importance of balancing her diet. The dietitian suggested incorporating milder flavors and avoiding extremely spicy foods, especially during busy workdays. With some adjustments to her recipes, Mia has been able to find a happy medium. She still enjoys the flavors she loves, but now in a way that's kinder to her digestive system. This change has allowed her to continue her culinary adventures without the unwanted side effects. What other issues can cause sudden, seemingly uncontrollable BMs? Let's turn our attention to Josh and his battle with celiac disease. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder where the ingestion of gluten leads to damage in the small intestine. According to the Celiac Disease Foundation, this condition affects 1 in 100 people worldwide. For Josh, a simple pasta meal is enough to trigger a reaction, as his immune system mistakenly attacks his small intestine's lining upon detecting gluten. When Josh consumes gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, his body's immune response is activated. But it mistakenly targets the villi in his small intestine. These tiny finger-like projections are crucial for nutrient absorption. The resulting inflammation and flattening of the villi lead to symptoms like diarrhea, fatigue, and even emergency bowel movements. You shouldn't treat it as something that just causes discomfort, though. It's a severe health concern. Diagnosing celiac disease can be challenging, as its symptoms often overlap with other digestive disorders. For Josh, getting a proper diagnosis was a journey of consultations and tests, but it was a turning point. Once diagnosed, the treatment for celiac disease is strict adherence to a gluten-free diet. This dietary change is not a fad for Josh, it's a necessity for his health and well-being. Living with celiac disease has its challenges, but Josh discovered a world of gluten-free alternatives. He's now exploring new recipes and enjoying meals that are safe for him. This shift in diet has not only alleviated his symptoms, but also improved his overall quality of life. Okay, so what about mental and emotional health? Could those be a contributing factor to emergency poop situations? To find out, let's look at Lucy, a college student. Lucy's experience sheds light on the often overlooked connection between stress, anxiety, and digestive health. The American Psychological Association reports that stress and anxiety are prevalent among college students, with over 40% feeling more than an average amount of anxiety. For Lucy, the pressure of exams and maintaining a social life manifests not just in mental strain, but also in physical symptoms, including those sudden, urgent trips to the bathroom. The stress triggers her gut, leading to sudden, urgent bathroom breaks. Yeah, that's right, stress and anxiety can physically affect your digestive system. The link between the brain and the gastrointestinal system, often referred to as the gut-brain axis, plays a crucial role in how our bodies respond to stress. In Lucy's case, the heightened state of anxiety sends signals to her gut, leading to gastrointestinal distress. This can result in a range of symptoms, from stomach cramps to diarrhea. Understanding the root of these symptoms, Lucy took steps to manage her stress and anxiety. Activities like yoga and mindfulness meditation have proven to be effective for many in reducing stress levels. Additionally, counseling services on campus provided her with strategies to cope with academic pressures. These approaches not only helped her manage stress, but also significantly reduced her digestive issues. Inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, encompasses conditions like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, which our next character Mark is unfortunately familiar with. According to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, IBD affects an estimated 3 million Americans. This chronic condition causes inflammation of the gastrointestinal tract, leading to a range of symptoms including severe diarrhea, abdominal pain, fatigue, and weight loss. For Mark, this means not just physical discomfort, but also a significant impact on his daily life and activities. Mark's journey with IBD has been challenging. Crohn's disease, in his case, leads to frequent urgent bowel movements, a symptom that's both unpredictable and distressing. These symptoms are a result of his immune system mistakenly attacking the gastrointestinal tract, causing chronic inflammation. The urgency and frequency of these bowel movements can often make social situations and everyday tasks daunting for individuals like Mark. But there's hope and support for those living with IBD. Mark found solace and information in support groups, where he learned management strategies and connected with others facing similar challenges. Advances in medical treatment, including medication and sometimes surgery, have also played a crucial role in managing his condition. These treatments aim to reduce inflammation, control symptoms, and prolong periods of remission. Now, let's turn our attention to Mrs. Jenkins. Like many others, she relies on certain medications for her health. Recently, she started a course of antibiotics for a chest infection. Antibiotics are crucial in fighting bacterial infections, but they come with their own set of challenges. According to the studies conducted on antibiotic use, about 30% of antibiotics prescribed in outpatient settings are unnecessary. This overprescription not only contributes to antibiotic resistance, but also can disrupt the natural balance of gut flora, leading to gastrointestinal issues like diarrhea. For Mrs. Jenkins, her antibiotic treatment has an unintended side effect, disrupting her gut microbiome. The gut microbiome is a complex ecosystem of bacteria vital for digestive health. Antibiotics, while targeting harmful bacteria, can also inadvertently eliminate beneficial gut bacteria. This imbalance often results in digestive upset, manifesting as urgent and frequent bowel movements, a condition known as antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Recognizing the issue, Mrs. Jenkins consulted her doctor, who advised her on ways to manage these side effects. Probiotics, either as supplements or through dietary sources like yogurt, can help restore the balance of gut flora. Her doctor also emphasized the importance of taking antibiotics only as prescribed and finishing the entire course to prevent resistance and further complications. Now, Mrs. Jenkins is more mindful of her gut health while on medication. With the right advice and adjustments, she's able to manage the side effects effectively. Food allergies can be more than just an inconvenience, as our next example Sarah learned during her picnic. After inadvertently consuming a sandwich with peanut butter, her body's immune system had a severe allergic reaction. The American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology states that about 4 to 6% of children and 4% of adults in the U.S. are affected by food allergies. For these individuals, exposure to certain foods like peanuts for Sarah can trigger a range of symptoms from mild to life-threatening. In Sarah's case, the allergic reaction not only caused traditional symptoms like hives and swelling, but also gastrointestinal distress. This is because her immune system misidentified the proteins in the peanuts as harmful, triggering a chain of reactions. For many with food allergies, this can include emergency bowel movements as the body tries to expel the allergen as quickly as possible. Realizing the seriousness of her condition, Sarah visited an allergist. She learned the importance of reading labels, understanding cross-contamination risks, and recognizing early signs of an allergic reaction. She also discovered that carrying an epinephrine auto-injector could be life-saving in case of severe reactions. Education and preparedness became key in managing her food allergy. Now let's talk about what many assume an emergency poop is all about: being sick. It's true, a stomach bug can absolutely cause that gotta go now feeling. Let's look at Tom's encounter with gastroenteritis, commonly known as the stomach flu, a story many can relate to. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, millions of cases of gastroenteritis occur in the United States each year. This condition, often caused by viral or bacterial infections, inflames the stomach and intestines, leading to symptoms like diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps. For Tom, who caught the bug from his kids, it meant being out of action and in close proximity to the bathroom. Tom began to feel the adverse effects soon after his kids fell ill. Gastroenteritis is highly contagious, and despite his best efforts, he couldn't avoid catching it. Initially, he thought it was just a mild upset stomach, but it quickly escalated into frequent urgent trips to the bathroom. The rapid onset is characteristic of gastroenteritis, catching many off guard. When Tom visited his doctor, he learned that rest, hydration, and a bland diet are key to recovery. Gastroenteritis usually resolves on its own, but dehydration can be a serious concern, especially with severe symptoms. His doctor emphasized the importance of drinking plenty of fluids and any other methods of rehydration. Thankfully, Tom's story has a positive ending. After a few days of rest and proper care, he was back on his feet, now aware of the dangers of gastroenteritis. Let's look at one more example of GI distress causers. Leo is trying to cut down on his sugar intake, and his experience highlights an often overlooked issue with artificial sweeteners. While trying to make healthier choices, he switched to sports drinks with artificial sweeteners. However, what seemed like a smart health decision had unintended consequences. According to research published in the Yale Journal of Biology and Medicine, some artificial sweeteners can have a laxative effect, particularly when consumed in large quantities. These sweeteners, found in a variety of diet and low-calorie products, can lead to gastrointestinal symptoms like bloating, gas, and urgent bowel movements. Curious about the cause of his discomfort, Leo started investigating the ingredients in his diet. He was surprised to find that many products labeled as sugar-free or diet contained artificial sweeteners like sorbitol, xylitol, and mannitol. These sugar alcohols are not fully absorbed by the body and can draw water into the bowel, causing diarrhea and a laxative effect. This was a revelation to Leo, who had been unknowingly consuming large amounts of these sweeteners. Seeking advice, he consulted a dietitian. He learned the importance of reading food labels and understanding the potential side effects of artificial sweeteners. The dietitian recommended natural sweeteners and emphasized a balanced diet, highlighting that moderation is key even when it comes to healthier choices. For Leo, this meant rethinking his approach to dieting and making more informed decisions about what he consumes. Now, Leo is more cautious with his dietary choices. He learned that sugar-free doesn't always mean trouble-free for his digestive system. By choosing natural sweeteners and maintaining a balanced diet, he's managed to avoid the unpleasant side effects he previously experienced. Leo's story is a reminder that sometimes in our quest for health, we might overlook the fine print, and that understanding the ingredients in our food can have a significant impact on our overall well-being. But what can you specifically do if you find yourself experiencing emergency bowel movements? Let's explore some specific treatments and methods that can help. First and foremost, staying hydrated is crucial. Dietary adjustments can also play a key role in managing symptoms. For immediate relief, a bland diet, including foods like bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast, commonly referred to as the brat diet, can be gentle on your stomach. Over-the-counter medications can also offer relief. Antidiarrheal medications like loperamide can slow down the movement of the gut and reduce the frequency of bowel movements. However, it's important to use those medications only as directed and consult with a healthcare professional if symptoms persist. In some cases, like with bacterial infections, antibiotics prescribed by a doctor might be necessary. Now check out what did they do before toilet paper, or watch this video instead.